and welcome. Today I want to inform the interesting peoples about my software that I have started activating the development of my open source software, and it has been taken a while in a stall, or I've stopped development due to issues with the repository, with the version management that was earlier running CVS, or concurrent version system, and I have now ported the code to Git with the complete history and with both branches I have had before in CVS. Reason for the long time I've not developed anything more was as well trying to advertise this project, and I've seen that I need more trials to do it with advertisement, or getting some more people to have interest in the project. And but the main issue was SourceForge removing support of CVS, and since then I searched to get solved the problem with porting the history of my versions that I have done in CVS, and there were several versions how to get this solved, and I now have found an approach that worked for me without losing the history of my source code. So for now I have created a repository and in my GitHub account. So that's me. And I have integrated my Jenkins installation. Just for now it is not correctly building, because I am in the phase of integrating the build to try to build against new Linux versions, maybe against something else. And these were some builds that I have just downloaded the source code, and the main issue here gets started with building using Git behind and all the required changes. So this is a work in process now, and I integrated the build machines for Linux, Windows, and Mac OS X Intel. For now I have omitted adding the build system for PowerPC Mac OS X, because it will be way too old for now. So I have 3 systems I built against, and at the current stage I have created a pipeline with some basic settings, getting where the code is coming from, which branch is being checked out, and where it is placed to. I have found all the way how to get this working in a basic environment. And I've as well added a Jenkins file where I have set up my build setting and my stages, and the first point where it gets starting to compile. Mac OS X Intel, I'm not sure where the build starts. Shell, projects, CPP, Jenkins, build OS X. So I've just started getting a build out of my Mac OS X system, and then I want to add the other platforms in a later stage. So I'm happy now. I got all my historical information. I have all my commits, 4,000, and if I go to my master, I have 4,000, and in the older branch I must have less than 4,000, and so I have all my previous branch, and the difficulty was twofold. At first, the old branch was the head in CVS, and the new branch in CVS was now here the master, and it was a little bit ugly. I have not got it solved to merge the branch into the main development, and I left as it is. But now, after the porting, I have switched the branch to be the master, so I was able to do it. In a next video, I want to show how the migration from CVS has been worked. I as well have created a merge file for it, but it is probably not in the current project here. So I need to go to an old or to my test migration, and there I have did I have it there? Migrate, make me. Probably not. But nevertheless, I have a command file, I think, on my Linux machine where I've done is currently the box that is showing the YouTube comments. That was as well the machine I have used to migrate the source code. So for now, this was it. The original project, I can tell. And the original project page, when it runs, when it starts up the backend, probably the PHP site system is needs some warm up, is still in a state I have left 6 years ago, I think, and the project page is not yet linked to the new version management system. So this system has an old code base that I no longer support, or I can no longer work with, because I cannot make any check-ins. And this was major issue for me until I have ported it to Git. And I may point the repository within this project pointing to the Git repository in some days later, I think. So this is the project file where I have placed the project since 2003 with my first release. And here you see that my last release was 6 years ago, where I have released the last stable version of my model-driven software development approach, using a prototyper, an interpreter, using UML models, and to get some running application, showing it a little bit here. And this is the Mac version. This is a Windows version. And this is as well a Mac version, I think. Yeah, genau. This is Windows. From the Windows buttons I see it. No, this was Linux. This is Linux. Mac OS X. Mac OS X. And here I have the generated source code of the same application, but of course not all the features like code generation or import of models. That isn't in this running application, but it shows how nice it can look like in a professional framework. This is .NET, and the framework behind is DevExpress I have purchased, and my software is able to create such a software that looks like this one. And okay, so I hope I get some feedback. I hope I get some users asking me, maybe want to support me with some coding, or want me to support me with another stuff, or even some bug messages, or helping me porting the source code to more recent DevExpress versions. I have an older version. I'm just currently no longer paying the subscription. It was too expensive without getting some return of investment. But I want to start again using DevExpress, because it is a very good framework, and therefore you will see some new releases, and probably as well some new platforms, VBF, for example, or some web clients. I want to create a prototype application for it. And these are the next steps after I am getting the code base compiling. not this one, and usable for other developers. So how long is the video now? 15 minutes. That is okay. Bye.